Cinemondo.
2 cups of coffee, and we're raring to go, right, Kathy?
Yeah, on my third. Here it is.
Very nice. Well, we're excited to talk about a new Tamil release actually coming out at the end of the month, end of September, and it's called Ponniyin Selvan or 1. It's an upcoming period fantasy drama. Yeah.
Part 1 Tamil.
Yeah, right. So, and it stars Vikram, and the music's by A.R. Rahman, and they just did Cobra, which is something we just looked at the trailer not too long ago. Yeah. So, but before we do get into that, let's quickly mention our YouTube membership and join our channel. $2.99 a month or $4.99 a month. You got all kinds of fun things, plus a Slack channel where we talk to each other and discuss films of all kinds or anything else that you want to discuss.
Oh boy, that does sound exciting.
It is fun.
It is super fun. Because that's direct contact. You can request stuff to us directly. Also, I just realized Vikram was also the star of I or One. I'm not sure, but that was a crazy movie. I can't wait to see it. We did a reaction to the song. It was just crazy.
Right.
So I definitely want to take a look at that.
He's a busy guy. Busy.
Yeah,
so
we're seeing him pop up a lot now. I guess because we're watching a lot of Tamil films now. So
yeah, it's just kind of what's happening. So let's take a look at the trailer for Ponniyin Selvan 1.
ஆயிரம் ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன் சோழ நாடு தன் பொற்காலத்தை அடைவதற்கும் முன் வானில் ஒரு பெரும் வால் விண்மீன் தோன்றியது. சோழ அரச குலத்தில் ஒருவரை அந்த விண்மீன் பலி கொள்ளும் என்றனர் சோதிகர்கள். பகை நாட்டை சூழ்ந்தது. கடல் கொந்தளித்தது. வஞ்சம் அரண்மனை புகுந்தது.
என் தந்தை என்னை சோழ நாட்டிற்காக வாழேந்தும்படி ஆணையிட்டார். நான் சோழ நாட்டின் காவலன், சோழ மக்களின் வேலைக்காரன்.
நான் ஆதித்த கரிகாலரின் நண்பன், வல்லவரையன் வந்தியத்தேவன். எம் இளவரசரோட தோளோடு தோள் நின்று போரிடும் பாக்கியம் எனக்கு கிடைத்தது.
கடம்பூர் சம்புவரையர் மாளிகையில் ஏதோ நடக்கவிருப்பதாக உலகச் செய்தி. நீ அங்கு சென்றது என்னவென்று அறிய வேண்டும்.
ஏதோ பூஜை நடப்பது போல இருந்தது. இந்த வாழையெல்லாம் உருவி நீட்டி அங்கு என்ன நடந்தது?
என்ன வந்தாலும் சரி,
விட மாட்டேன்.
நீங்கள் இலங்கைக்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். அங்கே என் தம்பி அருண்மொழியை பார்த்து அவனை என்னிடம் அழைத்து வர வேண்டும்.
தஞ்சையில் நான் கால் எடுத்து வைக்க மாட்டேன்.
ஏன்? நந்தினியாலா?
இல்லை, உன்னால்.
அருண்மொழியும் கரிகாலரும் ஒன்று சேராமல் நாம் பார்த்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும்.
Elephant. The throne.
Yeah.
All right. So that, epic craziness. And when I started watching that, especially when they started so fast with that guy and doing the sword fighting, it reminded me a lot of the last episode of House of the Dragon we just saw, where Daemon goes berserk and like runs onto the beach and starts slicing and dicing. It's very Game of Thrones feeling.
I was thinking the
say
same
that like
thing.
a good thing.
Well, I said this is a Game of Thrones vibe for sure. It has that
Yeah.
epic quality. It has sort of the armor. It has sort of the vibe of that. I mean, we didn't see dragons, but we saw
Elephants.
We saw elephants, and they're of
elephants.
course fantastic creatures. So
I hope nothing happens to that elephant. That's all I'm saying.
and was that my girl Alia Bhatt in this movie?
No, was it? Sometimes
I
it's hard
thought
to tell when everyone has all that makeup and
well,
styling.
I thought so, but then I saw her again. I said, well, maybe that's not her. But it kind of did for a brief second. But she would
I
certainly be
wouldn't
in the
doubt it.
credits.
So she seems to be in everything.
But she also didn't get a credit, But
she's not going to get credit. She won't be in it.
Well, unless it's a kind of a cameo thing, and maybe they just threw her in for a quickie. But it's a huge movie, and it's a huge trailer too. It's like there's a big world here to unpack, and so you get the sense of the scope of the film and the special effects and all that kind of stuff. So didn't really understand the story, but that's okay. Can't get it all.
Well, I think we understand the story. There's two kingdoms, and there's probably some brothers, and they fight and battle, and there's a woman in between them all, which there always is.
Right.
And that pretty much it's actually based. I think it's based on a novel.
Well, it's the novels of Kalki, like kind of a big world, much in the way of George R.R. Martin is with the Fire and Ice.
I was gonna say it's just like Game of Thrones. You're based it on novels. I guess it was a series of novels.
And even the credits kind of look like Game of Thrones, and the look
totally.
It's like the color palette had that vibe too.
And they also said A.R. Rahman musical. So, even though I didn't see anything look distinctly musical, it definitely looked like it could break into song at any moment.
I'm sure there's a couple of choreographed scenes in there for sure.
I thought it was interesting too. They started it and they had the actors straight at camera saying who they were and why they were there. And it gave me the feeling of like on reality shows when there's lots of action and then they'll take them aside, they'll interview them and they'll talk about the action that's happening. I thought it was kind of an interesting kind of modern faux documentary style. I mean, I'm sure they're probably just being interviewed about something or talked to, and they're talking. But it's interesting that they broke the fourth wall and looked at camera to tell us that information, which I think is kind of an interesting technique because that doesn't usually happen in epic dramas like this. So I was very intrigued by the kind of modern style little touch they had there.
It was an interesting trailer because it had that, and it was a longer. I mean, it was a 3-minute trailer, which is a little bit longer than the usual. So you got a lot more. You got the credits. You got the feel of it. So it felt like a big trailer for a big movie.
Yeah,
that's the vibe I got. So
it felt very big.
Yeah.
And it's got all the classics. You had the sword, and that's too. It had the sword fights, and they had a lot of kind of graphic violence for a trailer. Usually you don't see that that kind of violence in trailers. They usually kind of hold back, and we have a lot of MPAA, which is complete bullshit, but we have that.
We have that, yeah. So
they may not be as constrained, and it's also online. I think it's Amazon Prime. It'll come on that, so it's got a little more freedom. But
and we'll see that probably right away, probably end of the month when this
so.
opens up. It'll come right to Amazon.
So I have a couple posters.
Let's take a look.
We can look at these. So the classic, this is a really nice poster because it looks very decorative and it looks almost like it's carved in metal, the frame.
Yeah.
I think we did a review of this teaser because this poster particularly looks very familiar. I did it with the girls, I think. And then we have kind of a Vikram style poster where you have the panels all going down into the decorative logo at the bottom. It's very similar to Vikram, which was black and white, but all the faces, you got to cram it. It does look like Alia Bhatt a little bit over there. Okay. And then we have, the female cell, she's looking very royal, and they have the huge sky, which is classic, makes it look really epic. And they have the little scenes at the bottom and the same kind of decorative frame, but a little bit different from the other one. So they did a nice little series of posters, character cells, and some, digital cells, and very, very interesting. All in the same kind of color palette for the most part, just kind of warm and epic and kind of antique.
Well, they're definitely going for that look, and that the posters have it, and the trailer has it. I'm sure the movie has it too. So that's
definitely.
Yeah.
So classic epic drama, and it's right in time because House of the Dragon is doing great, like amazing record numbers for HBO. So like if you're still jonesing for like an epic style movie or TV show, go for this because it gives you a whole different point of view. See the Indian version of stuff like these epic battles. I mean, they're really gorgeous, and they usually really pull out all the stops. So
and
I definitely highly recommend that.
And the ships were cool looking, and that kind of also sort of plays into the House of the Dragons because there's ships in that. So anyway,
very similar in those things flying in. Yeah, so cool, very cool.
So PS1 or PSI. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like an I, but we'll call it one, I guess.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
Right. But
yeah, that looks really cool. I'm all for it.
Coming to Amazon and worldwide, obviously September 30th. So we'll look out for that coming soon.
Yeah,
so
we'll do a review of that.
Cool looking trailer. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.